Okay, listen very closely to this disclaimer. I would be more than happy to engage with anybody in any conversation, but I will not tolerate any sort of abuse towards myself or any of my subscriber base here on this channel. I'm okay if somebody completely disagrees with me. That's fine. That's just the way the world is. But cursing at me, calling me nasty names, and treating my subscribers less than human is not tolerated. That will get you banned on this channel. Now that we got that out of the way, I would like to make this extremely clear. This is my response video to Godless Engineer. Recently, he made a video responding to one of my videos, but the video he responded to was a request from somebody. But he treated it as if it was a logical argument. Now, this video was my personal opinion. And if you look back on the video, I said, this is what makes Christianity true to me personally, right? This is what makes it true to me. This was not a logical argument type video to prove the existence of God. So I understand, without knowing the context on how the video came about, that it could look like a pretty poor argument for the existence of God. I do all sorts of Christian-based content here on this channel. I do theology, I do apologetics, I do philosophy, I do general encouragement, as well as just living in the Christian life, my experience with life, as well as things that I'm currently learning and studying. I'm constantly learning and growing. I've never claimed to know everything. But since you want to attack my video as if it was a logical-based video, this video is a logical-based video in my response to Godless Engineer. I would like to appeal to Aquinaces' second way, the uncaused cause. If you're unfamiliar with this argument is a cosmological argument. So I'm going to be talking about, for those of you that aren't familiar with philosophy, I'm going to list off some premises, and then based off those premises, I'm going to talk about the conclusion based off those premises. Those premises are arguments or reasoning for why you think what you think. Okay, premise 1. Some things are caused. Premise 2. Whatever is caused by another. Premise 3. There cannot be an infinite series of causes. Premise 4 and conclusion. So there must be a uncaused cause. Parentheses, God. Now, I can imagine that somebody would rebuttal to this argument and say, well, then what caused God? It's a good question. My answer to this, God would have to be independent, the source of all the cause. If God was not that source, then whatever caused God would now be known as God. But if you look in the third premise again, there cannot be an infinite series of causes. This defeats that argument. Otherwise, there could be an infinite series of causes. The third premise clearly states that there cannot be an infinite number of causes. Now, some people could rebuttal this again and say, well, wait a minute here. Second premise says whatever is caused by another. But you cannot ignore the first premise. The premise clearly states some things are caused. If the first premise stated all things are caused, then that would mean that in this instance and in this example, then God would have to be caused by something else, and so on and so forth. That God would have to be caused by another God, and so on and so on and so on. You could have a really big problem if that's the way the argument was worded. So God would be that first cause. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like, subscribe to this channel. There's going to be more arguments like this on this channel. And I hope, if nothing else, I got you to think. I got your gears turning a little bit so that you may start to ponder whether or not there is a God that exists. So remember, be like Jesus.